Welcome back. And we're now looking at question 8.3 from the Maths Paper 1 for February-March 2016. And it's been given that f of x is equal to 2x cubed minus 2x squared plus 80x minus 84. And 8.3.1 is prove that x minus 2 is a factor of f. Now, usually before the question, I suggest doing a little bit of analysis on the question. Now, you'll notice that you've been given a cubic function, and what tells me that it's a cubic function is that the highest power is 3. So it's x raised to the power 3. And a cubic function can be written in the form ax squared plus bx. So ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d, and in this case my a value is 2. You can see that, and that's a positive number, which implies that it would be let me just draw the shape. So I've just brought this to the whiteboard, but what this 2 would tell me is that the shape of the curve that I'm looking for, maybe let's just draw it here, because a is greater than 0, the shape of the curve goes up like that, and also that my y-intercept is minus 84. Now, going to 8.3.1, they say prove that x minus 2 is a factor of f, and that's 2 marks. Now, the question is, how do we prove that something is a factor? Another way to think about this is that if we can prove that x minus 2 is a root, we then prove that it is a factor as well. Now, how would we prove that it's a root? Let me just show you. How do we prove that it's a factor? So 8.3.1. So all I'm going to do is this. I know that I'm just going to use the value of 2. So if it was a root, we know that x minus 2 would be equal to 0. And that's the same for a factor. A factor is if I plug in the value into the function, I will get an output of 0. And so if I solve this, I know that x would be equal to 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out f at 2. So if I plug that in, that means wherever I see x, I plug in 2. So that becomes 2 into 2 cubed minus 23 into 2 squared plus 80 times 2 minus 84. Okay, now if I do my arithmetic, whether you use a calculator or whether you do it manually, you'll then end up with f at 2 is equal to 0, and therefore I can say x minus 2 is a factor. And that's pretty much how they did it in the model solution as well. So you can see that they plugged in f at 2, they got 0, and then they said therefore x minus 2 is a factor. And we've done the same thing. And that's how you would do the first question.